Dude, OBS didn't save any of my settings for my scene and shit. What the hell? I have to fix that later. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, start streaming on there. That's fine, I guess. I mean, I guess I don't even have to start when I use NDI. I don't even have to start streaming. That's crazy how that works. You just start OBS. Okay. This is messed up. Was my plan to put that over there? I don't think so. It must have been though. It looks weird. Wait, why did I want to do that? Whatever, that's fine. Alright, kind of annoying. It's fine. And then... I don't even have my chat up. What the hell? How do I pop out Twitch chat? Pop out chat. Now Twitch chat, how do you pop out Twitch chat? What the hell, Twitch chat? Ugh. Maybe slash chat? That is correct. Okay, I'll grab that then. Okay. There we go. Why is it not? Oh my god. There we go. Oh, this looks like shit. It's fine. All right. Let's pull up the Go reference. And I need to check my server real quick. I need to check my VPS, make sure I'm not overloading it. Usage. Well, the usage is definitely spiked. Was it the 29th? But yeah, yesterday we hit 1% usage. Usually I don't even go above, usually I don't even hit 1%, it looks like. But I hit that on like one day, so that should be fine. CPU usage peaked. Disk operations, network, Alright, looks okay. I'm gonna add some. Let's add Mustafa if he's not already here. All right. Looks like we should be good now. We're all set up. Let me get a nicely good form in my chair here. Restream is running. That's good. Last time was kind of a pain in the ass. Well, not really, but I suspect what's about to happen is gonna suck. So, what is this? Oh. Let's go to the chat. And let's inspect. And we got some errors, I'm guessing. Whoa! Console. Post. Net HTTP fetch failed. Type error. Network error when attempting to fetch resource. If I tell this to chat, chat is just gonna say, oh, this is a network error? What? This isn't wasm exec. It's hard to debug. What's up, Mustafa? Sorry, I told you I was gonna stream at 5, and then the battery on my car drained, so I had to jump start it. And I have a battery that jump starts my car for me, and then the battery just stopped working, the jump starter battery, so I had to get someone else to jump start me. And they're telling me about how, like, they're like, you seem like you don't know shit about cars. And then they started giving me unsolicited car advice. They're like, yeah, make sure you got a lot of oil in there, and yeah, make sure you just need oil and water in your car, and oh, it looks like you got like a little bit of a coolant leak here. And I was like, can you just, I didn't say it. I was just like, bro, can you just jumpstart the car and not be a fucking know-it-all explaining shit to me? But I was polite to him, and I appreciated the jumpstart. And then he was like, he kept saying, oh, is this a one-time issue? And I'm like, oh, not really. Like, I just left the lights on, and the battery drained, and the indicator on the car that usually tells you that you have lights on before you leave the car doesn't work anymore. And he's like, okay, but is this a one-time issue? Like, he just really was super obsessed with the idea that there was something wrong with my battery. And I'm like, no, it's just an old-ass car, and I drain the battery all the time, and my backup stopped working because like a piece of shit off of Amazon. Eventually jump started me, and then I went and ate. Mustafa says smiley face. I went and ate, and then it was really good, but it gave me diarrhea. So that was like 30 minutes, hour late, and then 30 minutes late. Probably would have been here at 5:30 otherwise. Also, they take forever to make my goddamn burrito. What car do I have? I'll show you. 1991 Honda Accord. It's a wagon, and it's white. It looks like this. Except it's got a lot of rust on it. Only the white ones have rust, apparently. It's not this bad, though. It's not like eating through it. It's just all bubbled up under there. But yeah, it looks like That makes it look like it's a piece of shit. It kind of looks like this, but not as new. This is like a picture taken probably when it was made. Yeah, it looks exactly like this. And I have like a tan blonde chick who like hangs out in the back of it. This is actually a picture of my car, for your information. It doesn't have these original like wheels and stuff. That would be really cool. Getting a car in the US is hard from what I know. Maybe the car market is really bad, yeah. Getting a car? Is it hard? It's kind of expensive, but everybody has a car. This car was really cheap. It was like $3 grand. White. And it's a manual. Because I'm cool like that. Oh, this is what it looks like, actually. It looks just like this. Except their bumper is weird. Iraq. Cars. Oh, it's just normal cars, huh? Actually, do you know the show called Pimp My Ride on MTV? Yeah, I do. Do you like that show? You like watching that show? It's a very American show. Wonder why is there a network error every time? It fetches messages pretty damn fast. You see this? I wonder if this gets really expensive depending on how many people have the chat open. This is crazy though. Look at this. Sometimes it takes like more than 30 milliseconds to respond. Maybe I should only do it like a 60 millisecond. This is crazy. Look at how many requests there are. Question is, when I restart this, what's wrong with this post? Oh. File chat. File chat post. Well, we have to load the Wasm exec before we try to run this post request. NS binding aborted. Response, no response. I guess I won't worry about that. Now, if we try to send a chat, that's where we get issues. It says Go program has already exited. Ben, I think the Wasm works best in Chrome. Do you think so? Is that true? I think it works best in modern browsers, at least. Chrome Dev. Oh, I see what you're saying. So if you want to open like the dev tools, I should use Chrome. Do I even have Chrome? No, I don't. Yes, I. How do other chats work? I'd be curious to see. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Here's YouTube chat. Three requests, four requests, five requests. Oh, it's way faster, isn't it? Does it poll every second? I want to start a timer. Ben Do. Are your chats getting truncated? You see this? You said yes, I, and you said Ben Do. Did you mean to type more? Yeah, I think it's a request every second. So what do you do if the... Sorry, my keyboard when I move it types and I don't know. Oh, gotcha. How about like how do I scroll for like live chats on YouTube? Explore live. Let's see if we can find some big live chats, right? It's a bunch of political shit. Let's see whoever this guy is. Jinx Z. Let's pop out his chat. And let's inspect it. See how many network requests there are. There have to be more than one a second, right? What is this? It seems like it's sending a request every time there's a message. Yeah, he's playing GeoGuessr. And there's this weird... What do you get and post? Let's make this bigger. Actually, just full screen it. Sometimes there's posts and sometimes there's gets. What is the post? What was a bunch of shit? Visitor data. Oh, so all the post requests are stuff to tell YouTube like that we're looking at chat, I guess. The question is, can we sort by get? Is that a thing? I think I could probably figure this out. Hold on, I don't need to look it up. How do I sort by get? I want to see how many get requests there are. Interesting. It feels like they're doing a get request every time there's a new chat. So like restart this. Oh, these are all get requests, I think. Some of these are old, it looks like. It like caches them, maybe? Because when I opened it and suddenly there were 60 requests. Maybe it's just... $105, $106, $107, $109. Like it does a get. It like knows somehow, it feels like. Versus mine is just like running constantly. You see this? And somehow when chat does it, they're always when chat on YouTube does it, it seems like it does it every time there's a message. So maybe something you can do is and you can also tell them like, oh, this is how often people are commenting, and then adjust the get requests accordingly. Let's go to Twitch and let's find a really big streamer. Like Jeremiah probably has a really active chat, right? Oh, it's in slow mode. Not really. How do I find like, is there like a front page of Twitch? Doug. Can't you sort by like views or something? Okay, I'll just go to browse live channels. Oh, there we go. Can I sort by viewers? High to low. There we go. Kai Cenat. Let's open the dev tools. So it seems like for sure what I'm doing is definitely overkill. Because this is Kai Cenat's fucking Twitch chat. Is this your grad project? My grad project? No. This is just something I want to do myself. Oh, we gotta sort by method. So we sort by gets. A bunch of them are failing, apparently. Interesting. Or uBlock is blocking them. uBlock origin. And compare this to my chat. Let's refresh this and this around the same time. Oh, it didn't change. But we still see like... Look at how drastically different it is. So let's set a good polling rate. And then I'm gonna set a timer and track what his is, because we're about to like, we could like overpass him pretty soon. I mean, even a second is fine though, but I'm still curious, how often? So let's look at his requests. Once it hits like 500, I'm gonna start a timer. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 500. All right, start a timer. Well, we're at 20 minutes with 35 requests. Or not 20 minutes, 20 seconds. Why so many post requests? Because I set my polling really high because I don't understand web development. So I'm going to set it to something reasonable. His is 40 seconds with 70 requests. So about every half second is probably good enough. Even for Kai Cenat, so let's switch this. It's polling way too frequently. We also need to rate limit users. You can't just like, at the moment, you can just request as much as you want. And we return stuff, right? So let's set it to a second. It's good enough. How you doing, by the way, Trollin Gars? We got NDI here. Gotta refresh it. Do most chats not use WebAssembly? Probably not. Could be wrong though, I'm not sure. Are you saying, is your hypothesis is that most chats do use WebAssembly? Or that they do not? You think they do not? Oh, WebSocket. Oh. Okay. I don't even know. I'm new to web stuff, to be honest. So for WebSocket, I'm guessing that would give you a way to, instead of just polling like in a stupid way, you could use WebSockets to only do a GET request when you need it. Like when there's a new chat. For now, I will just... do I have... No, I don't. It's not in here, it's in CD public. You're not totally familiar either? I just started learning Go and JavaScript and web development stuff. So I'm really new. See this? I'm waiting 30 milliseconds. Why not? Let's do time.second. Okay. And then let's rebuild the WebAssembly. And it should be updated now to be reasonable. So now we do a post request every second. I wonder how it probably helps Nginx. Let's look, or it helps my Vultr server. Okay, I think I'm still signed in. That's helpful. Here's the server. You see this CPU usage? I think it went down. The network went drastically down. But then again, it depends on how many people are using the chat. That seems to be lower. Especially the network. CPU usage is about the same. I feel like I have to like keep refreshing it if I want to see. Can I set it to like, nah, that's it. I have to see later what difference that makes, but this is better. We need to fix the issue of, I want you to be able to send chats. So that's just not even working right now. You send a chat and then it fails. It says Go program already exited. So I think I'm gonna ask Google. How to listen for a button in WebAssembly. Go. I always look at the AI overview, and then even though I know it sucks. I know we can do it as this. If you're even, I'm guessing they're saying event. If your event is an attributable variable, you can use set to define a JavaScript function to handle. What the hell? And then he just links other Stack Overflows. He's like, thanks, can you help with this? Damn, this guy is Stack Overflow post maxing. Set on success F. Don't forget to release the function once you're done. I'm starting to think using Go as the client side code wasn't a good idea. But I wanted to use templates. But it doesn't matter because it's like really simple to do without templates anyways. Let's open a bunch of tabs. Good luck on your project. Thanks, Troll and Garrus. I think anytime I'm polling in this go loop, it's gonna make it so that, well, I could just tell chat the error I got. Let's do that. So actually the first error says panic call of value.get on null. So in the code we do input.get and we call it value. I think that isn't a real thing. So chat thinks that if I get my comment input, then it has a value field. Let's just do WebSockets. It's a persistent connection. Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. You think that it would work best with Google Chrome because they made Go? We can look it up. I think it's any browser. The thing is that it's not necessarily Go. It's just running WebAssembly. And then, like every browser has to support WebAssembly. Also, I think Firefox... isn't Firefox owned by Google? Or something like that? Like a parent company? Mozilla. Who owns Mozilla? Movilla? I think I'm wrong. The Mozilla Foundation. No, it's a competitor, right? Oh, they invest in it. That's right. That's right. Or wait for DOM content loaded in Go. I think I have to do this anyways. How do you do that? Oh, interesting. Get... Because I think this runs before the DOM is loaded and then it fails. Do you see this? If I refresh. Oh, I didn't do it this time. Oh, never mind. Okay. Let's try this fix. It makes sense. Whenever I change this, I need to recompile it though. What is that, 103? JavaScript global.get document. I don't have to do this again. I can just call. Doc.call. Setup. Oh, they came up with a new function and they called it setup. It might be a good idea to do that. Just wrap everything in a function that gets called later. Wrap everything in setup. Return nil. Mustafa, have you heard of the game Stray? That's what the soundtrack I'm playing right now is from. No. It's like you play as a cat. It looks cool. I've never played it, but I heard the soundtrack's good, so. That Trollengars guy made a really good point, which is that you shouldn't be polling the API. You should be doing WebSockets. Chat also wants us to do another line here where we say input is doc call get element by ID comment input. Oh, which I already wrote that below, but maybe we could just get rid of that. What is evargs? It's probably a better name. Do you try DeepSeek? No, I haven't tried it. I think DeepSeek would be really cool for... I used to do game development. It'd be really cool to use DeepSeek or something like that for a game where you can like talk to the NPCs. R1. What is R1? Is it a game? R1 DeepSeek. Is a new model. And it runs on a single GPU. Oh, so that you can run it locally? No, the deep think future. I'm getting confused right now. So this evargs. Whoops. evargs.call prevent default. Text equals input get value. Then we call JavaScript global call console log. I'm not doing that. You think it's better than 4.0? I haven't tried it. It probably is, honestly. It's funny though, because I pay for chat. But then you have to host DeepSeek somewhere, right? You don't? You just go to their website then? I'm not gonna write that. Fetch messages diff. That's not what we're doing, but that's okay. Whoops, I keep... You said yes, you just go to the website and it's free. Wow. Maybe I should try it. I pay for ChatGPT, and so that could be kind of stupid. Now that you mention that, makes me feel like that should be my next project. $26? Is that what you pay for DeepSeek? I'm forgetting here if... I think I still calculate a diff. Yeah, it says right here, fetch messages diff. Should I put it in here? No, ChatGPT per month. Yeah, it's really expensive. They got rid of the defer. Click handler.release. Why did they get rid of that? Keep it around. The polling loop is the same. I think if we just called fetch messages diff, then we should call sleep and then wait. We return nil. And then we do this doc call. Let's indent this. Non-declaration statement outside body. Oh, I didn't realize how big this file is. By the way, thanks for being responsive with me because I'm learning to write English. Yeah, of course. I have a lot of foreign friends, like foreign exchange students or people from other countries, so. I hope it's helpful for you. You're learning in Duolingo? I never thought about that people use Duolingo for English. I always thought Duolingo was kind of for beginners. But most people who start learning English know a lot of English already, I think. I'm confused why it says non-declaration statement and all that stuff. This is on 103.5. Let's tell chat that I got the errors. I might have just messed up, like, maybe there's just supposed to be like a semicolon there or something. I don't think so. I should have pasted that in to start with. Today I was squatting. And I squatted way more weight than I normally would. I squatted 195 pounds. I just did one rep. I think I could have done more, but do you use Weight units per country. Rest is important, true. I used, yeah. $88 kilograms? Is it 88 kilogram squat? And I weigh, how much do I weigh? I weigh 73 kilograms. What did they say? What was my issue? All they did is change this line. How many times do I go to the gym? Last week I went 5 days, and this week I'm going just 2, or maybe 3. At most 4, because I have a trip next week, which also means I won't stream next week. So today I'm trying to kind of ramp down. I'm basically like maxing out, I guess, or I'm trying to go really hard this week and then just go a couple days. They wrote everything the same. Keep it alive, don't release it here. Okay. Do you work out, Mustafa? They really want to fetch the messages first. I'm aware that the max day the bodybuilder should go is 3 days per week. I don't think so. You can go 6 days. 7 days is overkill. You have to have 1 rest day. But you're not good at soccer. You're good at soccer, but you don't work out. No, you can go 6 days. That's standard actually. You're supposed to hit each muscle 2 days or 2 times a week. And to do that, you kind of have to go 6 days. It's either 6 days or 4 days. But 4 days is difficult if you're hitting each muscle group 2 days a week. I'm not good at soccer, but I feel like I'm better at soccer than other sports, which is to say, like, I suck like really bad at all sports, but I can like kind of try to play soccer. If I tried to play basketball though, well, I would be like super embarrassed. Or football, I'd be super embarrassed. Tennis, it'd be like really annoying for the other person. I would just hit the tennis ball out of the court. And if I played soccer, I would still be like kind of embarrassed, but not super embarrassed. Which position? I have no idea. Like, I don't know soccer that well to even know like what the positions are. I don't know like anything about it. I just know that you get the ball and you try to kick it into the goal. And I can like kind of do that, whereas if I played football or something or basketball, I would just get my ass beat. It's kind of hard to I noticed that if I stream and I go work out, I get pretty tired. Like I'll be kind of tired before my workout. And right now I'm kind of sleepy. You've simply forgotten the open brace after your main declaration. Is that true? Oh, how did chat know that? Oh, they just never told me. Okay. Let's see if this works. Oh, that's not good. What's going on? The page won't load. This is weird. What's going on? Oh, it's still waiting for the DOM to load. It's waiting forever, I guess. That's not good. DOM content loaded. When I wait for the DOM content to load, it just waits forever. Mustafa, have you ever tried Mexican food? Oh, that makes sense. No, never. That's crazy to think about. Maybe you can try, like, in Iraq, maybe you can try, like, Indian food or, like, Pakistani food, but you can't try Mexican food. Mexican food is so unique. The food has no nationality. Like, have you had tacos or burritos? Iraq food is just like rice and shit, huh? There's like a bunch of rice and like chicken or like lamb, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I really like Arab food. You have tacos? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to try this thing. It looks cool. I think it's like really sugary though. You don't know where the restaurants are? Oh. So you haven't tried tacos? Never tried tacos? It probably feels boring. It's called kunafa. This thing. It's really sweet. It has like cashews and stuff, huh? Or what's the green one? Pistachios? I really like how in the Middle East and in India they cook with cashews and stuff. Those like nuts for the dessert. It's really nice. I really like it. I also really like rice. And they always cook with rice over there. Oh, whoops. I always do that. Why does it take so long to load? It has to like think when I type that. Even in Iran, it's really sweet. Or they cook with rice, you mean? They used a lot of nuts. Yeah, that's true. Are you saying even in Iran, because Iran why would you say even in Iran? Oh, because they're not Arab, huh? They're Persian. They cook like that in India and I feel like India, Pakistan, Iran, probably in Turkey. What was like Turkey dessert? Oh, I spelled it wrong. That's a desert versus dessert. It looks similar. It looks similar, huh? But I bet in Greece it's different. Oh, it's still similar. Look. They still cook with nuts. Italy. Italy is gonna be like way different. Yeah, it's just tiramisu. Heft mewa. Heft mewa. Oh, my fingers smell like salsa and like the meat that I ate. This one? Meow? I think you don't know how to transcribe it, maybe. This one. Haft mewa. What is this big one? This really big white one. I want to try this stuff. Iranian fruit is the red one. The date looks like a date. I don't want to be working on this forever, so I'm going to git add main. And I'm gonna copy this in and try it out. No, it doesn't work. Oh, maybe it works. Yeah, it says the same stuff as before. Value.get on null. It's annoying. You're planning to learn Go after finishing the introduction to computing systems. Really? It could be good if you want to do web development stuff. I think, um, I think it's best for, like, if you're doing ECE stuff, electronic engineering stuff, then I think you want to learn a lot of C and C++ though. But you could also learn Go. Oh, you were planning to learn it already? That's surprising. Why? This is like... Maybe I should just use JavaScript. It's kind of sad, but... This isn't working out very well. The only thing that sucks is that I have this data type in Go. My dad got me a McDonald's fry. They probably have McDonald's in Iraq. I think they have McDonald's everywhere. This is disappointing. Yes, we do have. Okay. Ah, so sad. Another idea is...
Milkshake. Hurry.
Another idea is there a way to compile the WebAssembly and add the button listener? Okay, this is really sad, but I think I need to do everything in JavaScript. So all of this is for naught. I can also do server-side rendering. That way I'm still using templates and stuff like I wanted to use, but maybe I can just change the headers to say like, oh, send me no formatting optionally, something like that. And then Troll and Gars made a good point. I should probably use WebSockets, right? Let's ask chat. Let's ask the chat. If I use WebSockets, could it remove the need for polling? No code. You search, does Wasm have libraries? And I'm asking, is there includes in your code? Wasm? Wasm is just writing Go code and then you compile it to WebAssembly. And then you're asking, are there includes in my code? Like including libraries? I already include some libraries. Yeah, there's an IO library. Like I have this one here. But that's just the Go IO library. And then you use it and it'll work even in WebAssembly. I was in the standard. I was like one of the first things that you want a programming language to do is like print and receive input. Actually, let's keep brainstorming. So, what would the server code have to look like to support in Go WebSockets? We can also look this up, so Go WebSockets. Your favorite website shows the URL. You can change their names to none, and they show only the icon. You can change their names to none, and they show only the icon. What do you mean by that? My favorite website? FAV website? Bookmarks? What about bookmarks? Like, I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, I'll keep that open. Whoops. Let's see what chat said. You said the bookmark is showing the port or something else? Where? What website? The first one? What do you mean by the first? Like which, are you talking about my website? On your browser? Your favorite website shows the URL. On localhost? You're saying if I change the name of the tabs to something, then it'll show only the icon or something? No, the bookmarks. You mean these ones? You're saying I should change these to be like this? Oh. That's not a bad idea depending on what it is. But I think I want... Yeah, that's a good... Oh, like localhost. I don't use this anymore though. So I'll actually just delete that one. That's a good catch though. You have OCD sometimes. You're like, hey, you should change your bookmarks. And I should change this one to be... What is this bookmark? I don't know what this is. Oh. I didn't mean to have that. Okay. Now I only have 2 bookmarks. You won't leak anything? Yeah, but I'm also streaming on Twitch, so who knows who's watching. And it's a good habit to have as well. But the bookmarks weren't private anyways. The other day I showed my API key on the screen. Also, there's VODs still, so people can rewatch the VODs. Yeah, privacy first. Oh, I should have told him, can you write me a JavaScript client? Do you know the term data dignity? No, I don't. Oh, okay. I understand what that is then. This is sad that I can't use WebAssembly. I mean, I probably could just like pull or something for the button, but I don't want to do that. It'd be funny if this worked. The problem is, I wrote a data structure on the in Go, and I was originally using that, and so now chat doesn't know how to construct the data structure correctly. It's kind of annoying. kind of stupid right now that I only have post requests and I don't have get requests. Do I listen to podcasts? Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I used to listen to, I guess sometimes I still do. I used to listen to Lex Friedman. And then recently, he kind of annoys me when I listen to him. And then occasionally I listen to Joe Rogan. But it's like the same deal. It kind of annoys me. And then top 4, so 2 more would be, right now I'm listening to Forehead Fables. And then I don't listen to it that often, but I really like Dwarkesh. Most people really like, or it feels like every tech podcast is annoying. I guess they are about tech though. So, Lex Friedman is kind of like about tech. I mean, but it depends. Because he talks to a lot of different types of people. And then Dwarkesh. I would say he's normally about tech, but sometimes he has people on who talk about history, and I don't care about the tech stuff a lot of the time, honestly. I just usually like the history stuff. But I don't listen to him that much. And then lately I've been listening to Forehead Fables. I really like these guys. And then Joe Rogan and Lex Friedman are kind of annoying. I just hate as well, anytime you listen to a tech podcast, they only talk about AI, and it's fucking boring. I think AI is like so boring to talk about, because it's all speculative. Every podcast about AI is like, what do you think will happen when artificial intelligence, AGI, the general intelligence, it's like, I don't care. So lame. Maybe, I think a lot of people find it interesting though, but I don't. Like, if you're gonna talk about tech, then talk about like what projects you're working on, I guess. Or have like some insights or something. Every podcast that talks about the future of AI is so boring. It's like goddamn, it reminds me of when, like No Man's Sky was really big and it hadn't come out yet. And people used to make like pretty much entire podcasts. Like they had whole YouTube channels dedicated to speculating on like what would be in the game. Or same thing for Cyberpunk. There were some huge YouTube channels for Cyberpunk, I believe, before it came out. And they were talking about, oh, when Cyberpunk goes out, I'm going to be able to like, it's going to be so amazing. And we're gonna be able to go like into any house, and then like every character will be like fleshed out and real and realized, and then you'll be able to like have sex with them and have babies and have like a lineage, and then get a real job in Cyberpunk. And then it's like so stupid, like the speculation, or at the very least it's boring. And then when you do the same thing for AI, it's like, I think my theory about artificial general intelligence is blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I do not care. Because as far as I understand, AI is just a technology. Like, there's lots of technologies that come out all the time, right? So, dedicating like a whole podcast to like one type of technology is lame. Like, imagine if you dedicate a whole podcast to, like, what would be a good example? Like ray tracing. Saying like, oh, ray tracing is the future of video games. Do you think they're gonna ray trace audio? And do you think they're gonna ray trace, like every light will like, I don't know, just like you can't make a whole podcast about that. You said I asked you about a podcast because I searched about post request, and I remember there's a podcast talked about the new protocol that's better than HTTP. I wonder what that is. Um, yeah, but can you do that for me in JavaScript? Pretty please. Blake 3, JavaScript. I need to find a way for us to import Blake 3 into client-side code. It's really sad though. I wish I could just, is there a way I could use WebAssembly? I need you to provide me a Go client to compile to WebAssembly and JavaScript that pulls for messages, has an event listener for the chat, and calls the Go function when it's time to update the chat. This seems like maybe what I should try doing in the first place with WebAssembly and Go. Is this what I want though? The Go client should also build a diff for us. But if it builds a diff, it needs to use the... So that doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't really help. I'm gonna make a new chat. I'm really reliant right now on chat for getting me like a good client. I'm just kind of sad. So we have our main.go here. And all the stuff that I did before kind of sucked. Like it worked, but as soon as I have to be able to click a button or something, it breaks, right? So how about we do git status, git restore main.go. And then let's grab this code. Is this the right code? Fetch messages diff. I guess so. Let's copy this. Is it when you hit the tab it breaks? No, the issue is when you have the chat here, which by the way, it's not even showing now. When I try to type a message and I hit chat, it doesn't work because I'm writing JavaScript code and mixing it with Go code. And I'm trying to add a listener in the JavaScript. And if it's listening for JavaScript, then it's not running Go code. And if it's running Go code, WebAssembly, then it's not listening for the button to be clicked. So when I click the button, nothing happens. So, and also, it's like not getting the value inside the field properly when I hit it. So, yeah. This is really stupid. I don't know what chat is doing. I'm literally just typing new chat. Give me a new chat, please. I tried using WebAssembly with Go, but mixing JavaScript and Go code was a bad idea. I want to switch only to JavaScript. Hiccup is that I won't have access to my Go util code or the data structure I wrote. I also computed Blake 3's using Go, but in JavaScript it might be trickier to get the dependency working that hashes with Blake 3 on the client. I want you to fix these issues. Here is the client side code that was turned into chat.wasm. Here is the HTML chat.html page. But this is old. Can I undo this? Yeah, it used to look like this. It's really sad. I was having fun writing Go code and then no more. Time to use JavaScript to make shit work. I feel like JavaScript is just so necessary to like glue stuff together. And then I need to tell it. It's kind of confusing, but this probably isn't a good way. If we go to the chat and edit the util, we can see in the helpers here, there's a new we can see what the utils look like. So the confusing part is we have a new hash list here. And the way the hash list works is the Mustafa, you said I think it'll be until the 2030s. I think so. What was it exactly that would be until the 2030s? You mean JavaScript gluing everything together? Yeah, I think so too. When we initialize a hash list, we give it like a dummy message. So the way that works is we just declare an empty hash list, and then we stick a message into it. And the message is empty, and you said yes? Okay, good. And then the sender of the message is called root. And it doesn't really matter what this message is, but it gets sent back into the hash list. And then we declared the hash list with an empty digest, but since we push back a message, what actually happens when we call push back is that the new message gets appended to the old digest, and then that gets hashed, which in our case, it's going to give us the same digest every single time because we call this on the client and the server. So the client and the server start with the same exact state in their hash list, and then it starts to differ over time as they add new stuff in, and that's how we generate diffs, is from what it differs as. But when we generate diffs, it's important to have this dummy element because we perform linear searches in our hash list. So if we perform a linear search, we iterate using an existing element, but if the hash list is empty, then it's going to give us like a null reference error. So we need to have a dummy element in the hash list. And then chat doesn't necessarily know that. But I think it figured it out this time around. What is this? Okay, so I'm confused. Why is the client replacing the code that they received from the server to prevent XSS? Does that make any sense? Why would the server send XSS? So we need to update chat's memory here. Oh, this is hard to highlight. There we go. Copy that. Here is chat util. Note that the list always starts with the same empty dummy message with the author root. Why do you use 4.0 Mini? I thought 4.0 Mini was the suggested one to use for coding. But I don't know exactly why. I don't even know like what the best one to use is. You're saying DeepSeek R1 is the best to use? But you can't use that through chat, can you? I know you can select more models here or whatever. Like you can get new models or something. You can? No, not through chat. Yeah, that's a different website, right? I've heard DeepSeek is better. I'm just comfortable. I haven't had a reason to use something different. Alright, I can try this. I'm gonna be really sad if this doesn't work. I'm gonna have to kind of rethink my strategy here. Wait, what? Why is there a swap file? It's so annoying. There, did that work? Delete it. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Okay, hold on. RM. Just RM all the swap files. I don't care. Okay. That's not what I want. So you tried it in your ESP32 project? What is ESP32? Oh. There was somebody else doing a project like this. Somebody told me that they wanted to do this. Someone told me they wanted to make like a numpad or something using one of these. guess the upside of not using WebAssembly is that I don't have to compile it all the time. Blake 3 is not defined. Vibe code, vibe code, vibe code, vibe code, vibe code, vibe code. Please work, vibe code. I would appreciate if chat could just like search the web. How to use Blake 3 in JavaScript. Because I know it's gonna give me the wrong library if it just gives me random shit that's like in its like memory or whatever. Chat doesn't know like what to import to get Blake 3 to work. I could do it myself, but I'm just like a lazy piece of shit. Interesting. Is this gonna work? It looks like they just gave the same stuff. Why do they just keep forgetting? Man, it's so annoying. You tell chat, like, hey, don't fucking indent stuff with only 2 spaces, use 4. And then they just forget so quickly. Oh, it's because I made a new chat, though. Yeah, this is stupid. So, let's actually look it out. Imagine if I just used Shaw, though. It would have been so much easier. Should I just use Shaw? Fuck it. We'll just use Shaw. Oh, I'm one step closer to having an Asmongold trash hoard in my room now. Because I just had McDonald's and I didn't throw it away yet. Or I should leave that there and tomorrow I should get more McDonald's and I should keep piling it up. That would be so cool. Maybe get some rats in here to keep me company. What does this say? Let's drop it into... Oh, okay. because web crypto is built in already, so I don't have to import anything to use SHA. It should be a small change on the server. Do I go hard in the gym? It depends on what you mean by hard. But, well, yeah, I do, I guess. I try to train really hard. I don't care about it that much, but I've been really consistent with it for the last year at least. I've been bulking up. So I went from last summer, a year ago, I weighed 58.5 kilograms. And now I weigh 73 kilograms. 73 minus 58. Yeah, so I gained 14 kilograms, 15 kilograms almost. 30 pounds. But yeah, I fail. You're supposed to train close to failure. You don't have to necessarily fail, but you should get close to it. The only thing I don't like about failing is that when I fail, I know that like I can't improve much more. Or the pressure is on. Like if I fail, then I feel like, oh, next time I come here, I have to do I have to try to get one more rep. But sometimes it's really hard to get another rep. So then I feel like, well, shit, I'm not making progress fast enough. So should I like try to just, how do I get progress made week to week if I can't get an extra rep in? Especially with bench press, it's like that. My bench press is plateaued a lot because bench press used to be my favorite exercise 2 years ago when I first started working out. And then everything else is pretty much like underworked compared to that movement. So it's also similar with pull-ups. Like if I try to do extra pull-ups, I'm really unlikely to get like 14 pull-ups. I'll usually just do 10 or 12 or something. But failing in the gym is important. Did they write bytes to hex? I'm so confused. Bytes to hex. Function. I guess not. Compute. They wrote this, and they wrote compute digest. Oh, I see what they're doing. Let's write this. Paste that in. Oh, shit. Okay, paste this in. I don't like when I add a new line. Vim automatically inserts like new lines and stuff. Like if I go like this, that's not what I want. There should be empty lines. It's not predictable. It's fucking annoying. We have this here. And then inside of chat message, we're supposed to replace this. Okay, so now for this to have a chance at working, I have to update the server-side code, though. And also, I just made that change, but I'm gonna replace it anyways with, like, copy-paste the whole thing, because I need to ask chat to always use 4 spaces for indents. Change all the code. They even read my code and used 2 spaces for indents anyways. What the hell, chat? So we go back. Now we gotta make changes. Oh, this is the wrong directory. Change C. There we go. So we need to change this. Wherever it does Blake 3 sum or whatever. I guess it does it inside of push messages. So I would change it inside a util client or util. We shouldn't import Blake 3. We need to figure out the SHA equivalent. So Blake 3. It gets called in 3 places. Go. Let's use my laptop. Or get off my laptop. Okay. Go SHA 256. The only difference between Blake 3 and SHA 256 is Blake 3 can be faster. It's not always faster though. Can I learn WebAssembly from the official website? Yeah, you could probably learn it better than me when I'm just using ChatGPT, which is really lazy. But learning, do you learn? You don't really learn WebAssembly. So let's see. But do they have like getting started? They're just gonna say compile your WebAssembly. Basically, when you're learning WebAssembly, I'm pretty sure you're just learning whatever language you want to use that's not JavaScript. And then you're compiling it to WebAssembly and then loading it. You don't really need to learn that from the website. But this is probably a good place to start because it probably tells you. You've already been interested in it. Getting started. Oh, but this isn't. See, like, so here we have how to use WebAssembly basically. It's just gonna say, oh, fetch your WebAssembly, and then run it. And then log the result or whatever. The question is, can you learn Go, or can you learn whatever language you want to use? Can you learn that using the website documentation? And yeah, that's like the best idea, honestly. Like that's the best way to learn stuff. Is generally like for Go, if you want to learn Go, you would want to go to the Go website. If I want to learn C, I'd probably go to cpp.com for like C++ as an example. And then they have a tutorial. Oh, this one. And then you can run through these. That's actually good to do. I just don't have the patience for it. Another thing you can do is, that's like the way to do it. Another thing you can do is you can like hack together something. So you can like start using something without fully understanding it, and then go back later and then learn it properly by reading all the docs, all the documentation, reading everything on the official website. And that'd be a good thing to do maybe after you learn their language, because it's just really boring to learn with only the website. Some people like to do it that way. You said C++.com is the best for you? Yeah, I like it as well. Ugh. So, oh, that's right. I was gonna look up how to use SHA-256. Oh, you mean CppCon? Like the YouTube videos? Or is there a website for CppCon? It's making me yawn because I feel like this is so boring to me. If you like this, then that's really good. Because to me, I would be so bored to learn C++ this way. Especially these videos are so like to int or to uint. But I also read sometimes I read books and stuff, and people think that's really boring, so. Let's read the example file. Okay, I can do this. So what we do here is we replace, in the quotes, crypto. SHA-256. Next, anywhere that it says, oh shit, wait, I think you use it differently though. So to use, we have an example here. By the way, your sound volume is maybe low. Do you mean for my voice or for Firefox or just everything? Everything is quiet, maybe? Like the music is low or my voice is low? Damn, really? Okay, is that better? Maybe this is best. And then also if I get really close, it gets so loud. Is this better now? Okay. Thanks for telling me that. I should probably listen to my voice when I start my streams to double check. Sometimes I turn it down physically, like I mute it, and then I forget to turn it back up, or I turn it back up but not to the same place. So in the code, anywhere that we run blake3.sum, it's kind of annoying, but... Or... No, I'm wrong. So, to replace this, we just do %s. Blake 3 sum, or actually, we don't have to replace it. We just replace every occurrence of Blake 3 with SHA-256. There we go. And then we right quit. What's the time in my area? It is 9 p.m. How long have we been streaming? For 2 hours. Yours is 6 a.m.? Jesus. Are you gonna go to bed soon? Or did you wake up really early? You woke up at 9 p.m. last night. Oh, Jesus. So you like sleep during the day and wake up at night? I guess because it's summer, you don't have school right now? So you say, fuck it. Okay, I'll grab all this and I'll paste it in. It happens when I eat meat. When you eat meat, you wake up. Oh, you sleep heavily. What, really? So you just slept extra long? You didn't wake up early, but you slept extra long? When you eat meat? Really? Damn. I wish I had that happen to me when I ate meat. For up to 8 to 12 hours. But 8 or 12 hours isn't that long. That means that you woke up at 8 p.m. That means that you went to bed still at like 6 a.m. or something, right? Or like you went to bed at like 9 or something a.m. You still like stayed up all night and then went to bed and then woke up because of meat. Or do you mean 8 to 12 hours extra? Because that would be even more crazy. I usually sleep 8 hours, but it doesn't mean that I get up at 9 p.m. Oh, really? 7:30 plus 12. 7:30 is still really late in the morning. But if I don't eat meat, I sleep for 4 hours or less. Oh, really? I guess you have to eat meat all the time then. If you want to get good sleep. You should eat meat. You know what you should do? You should go to bed at 8 p.m. and then eat a bunch of meat. And then you can wake up early in the morning and you can still view my streams. But this way you can sleep during the night and you can be awake during the day. You know, if you time your, or less, you sleep for 4 hours less? That sucks. Does Iraq, do you guys have like nightlife? Do you have stores open 24/7? You say yes. So I guess it's not that bad to skip the day. In Boise though, if you skip if you like if you sleep through the day and then wake up at night, nothing's going to be open. You said more than US, I think, probably, or at least probably more than Boise. Bigger US cities have more nightlife though than Boise. I just restarted the server and then I need to, let's check the client. It's not gonna work, there's no way, right? It just says messages is null, which that's progress, actually. I should try to start a I should try to send a message to the server before I try to retrieve them. So let's do that right now. Go run, and we'll say hi. Maybe now it won't just return null. Yeah, see. But now it's returning null again. So that's interesting. When it returns null, that's defined behavior, but I don't think chat understands that. Actually, I should be kind of happy right now. This actually works. Good job. It works. However, I'm getting these errors. I'm curious. I can listen to my own stream. I want to see how loud I am, because I must be so much louder than I used to be. Testing, testing, testing. Can you even hear the music, Mustafa? Maybe I just had my audio really low. Buildman says, I keep clicking on your live streams when I'm supposed to be doing math homework. Just don't say anything in the chat, Buildman. I can like maybe I can temporarily like mute you or something. All you do is listen. And I'll just hide you or something really mean. I'll put you in timeout. And then maybe you can still listen, but you can't chat. Buildman, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I tried to write WebAssembly, like client-side Go code for the live chat. And as soon as I had to like click a button, like make clicking a button work, it kind of blew up because I was mixing JavaScript with Go. So I just decided to switch to JavaScript, which is kind of lame because I don't understand JavaScript. So I ended up just asking chat to generate it all for me. And chat just did that and it actually works. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Kind of sad, but it works, so. Also, someone recommended that I use WebSockets instead of polling, which makes sense because it lets you open a TCP connection and then leave it open, and then the server can like send you stuff if you need it, which is like duh. And that's obviously, from looking at the other chats, that seems to be what everybody uses, is WebSockets. But now I feel like a dummy because the entire programming, like the entire structure of how I made this chat server is, I thought that the way it worked is you would just poll constantly, like a video game or something. I would be surprised if my my stream quality was very good. Mustafa said barely. You can barely hear the stream or the music. Yeah, let's turn it up. How's that? Is it too loud? Buildman said, not gonna lie, you're operating way outside my knowledge base. That's okay. I'm like relying on chat to know this shit though. Whoa, chat gave me the whole thing back? Fine. I'll just go ahead and just paste that in. Less work for me, I guess. Let's try this, and now we shouldn't get as many null messages. Damn, there's a lot of them. Okay, no null messages, so that's good. Let's try to send a message. I wonder if it works. Get element by ID is null. You said a little loud, the quality is good. Alright, this should be better, I think. I just changed it. Like that. You could let me know if that's still too loud. Also, it's a little confusing because I can hear my own voice right now, but I have a separate volume slider than you guys do. There's a way in OBS to preview your audio though. Maybe I could do that to test it out occasionally. You said that's good? Okay. I'll try to leave the settings like that, and then I'll try to not fuck with my volume on my mic, and then hopefully it'll stay like that. Also, I just realized I'm not showing the right screen. So there used to be a bunch of errors and they went away because I told chat to fix the errors. And now we need to make it so that we can handle and submit an event and stuff, blah, blah, blah. They are calling get element by ID. What is this fetch messages diff? I don't think this is gonna work though. You can't just fetch the diff and expect it to work, right? Oh, that's not true. But then when they fetch the diff, they didn't add the new messages, so of course it doesn't work. But they put init dummy. And so the first issue is we can't even get the element apparently right now. So I'll just go like this. Let's just hardcore vibe code everything. Are they gonna give me the whole chat again, or the whole JavaScript? They want me to change the name? Let's see. I don't want to call it comment input. I'll call it chat input as a nice middle ground. Actually, that's what it's called. Wait, chat input, chat form? Oh. Get element the chat form. Okay, how about I just give chat the HTML and tell it to fix its code. I wonder if it'll update its memory. I don't know why I'm being so mean to chat. Oh shit, apparently they have the same ID. Oh. So we have chat form and then we have chat form. It should be chat input, huh? Oh, now I understand what the problem was. Did that send a message? Okay, it did retrieve a diff, but that's not what I want. Wait, is it not polling? How many? There should be more GET requests than this. There should be one every second. Let's see, let's try to upload a new chat. Go run. Wait, what? Oh. I was already in the directory. Oh, it works. What? Where is it? Did it use WebSockets for me? There's no way. It won't work with WebSockets. How are there only 2 requests? How is that possible? What? What kind of magic? It's just fetching. And there's an interval. What the hell? I'm so confused. Look how fast it updates. How did... Well, I'll ask that later. Because now I have to fix the submit. Let's clear this. What the hell? So they wrote some new code. Does that still work? It looks like it. Also, Mustafa, I'm thinking that for now the chat is good because the chat speed isn't that fast, but once it gets bigger, I think I need to change the font to be smaller, like way smaller. Because I was looking at other people's chats and they are like tiny compared to this one. They have like 10 times as many messages on screen at any given time. It's up to you. Yeah, I'll fix it. I would probably change it down the line though, if the stream got really active. Just a little note though. When you hit submit, you need to add new messages before you try to build a diff. Otherwise, the new message isn't sent to the server. Also, how did you get it so that I don't understand this. This is so confusing. How did you get it so that I don't see that many requests in the dev tools? You wizard. It's gonna respond with an emoji now because it thinks that's hip and cool. When I use AI to help explain topics, I use Snapchat AI because it's always wrong, so it doesn't feel like cheating. True, that's a good idea. I remember when Snapchat AI first came out, and then it was the first AI I ever used, so I was like really serious with it. I thought it was like super smart or something, and then I realized Snapchat AI is just like not even like a real LLM. Wait, the network graph is like empty. What the hell? I wonder if this keep alive thing is it less expensive than polling all the time? Because it's still polling, but apparently it's a single long-lived connection. And that's what we want, I guess. I'll ask it. And then it tries to insert new... Yeah, it says text, trim, fetch messages diff, and then it inserts the text. By default, it's null, so you don't always have to specify it. And it says if there's incoming text, then creates a new chat message, and it has this outbound array and it pushes to it. And then it includes that in our stringify. Oh, yeah. This should work. Let's try it out. Damn, it'd be crazy if this works and I'm just like, okay guys, send chats now. Damn, did that work? Yeah, I think it works. Alright. But it's gonna say that you guys are Benjamin Blodgett. But you guys can do it anyways, so here's the chat. Try to make chat messages, guys. And then I'll refresh it on the stream. Sorry, you have to go, and then you have to hit tab, and then the chat will appear at the very bottom. For some reason, it doesn't show by default without hitting tab first. So Mustafa sent a message. Hi Ben, it's Mustafa, but he has my name. Mustafa got it working. That's cool. And then I'm guessing that's Buildman said yo. You guys have to include your like maybe you guys should like include your who you actually are so it doesn't just say Benjamin Blodgett. I need to that's a it must be a thing for like another day, I guess. We have current user here. Let's change this to just say user. And now if I add new messages, yo, Buildman24. Yeah, exactly. But that is, why did it break? That's not what it's supposed to do. If I change the user to user, it should still like add the Benjamin class to whoever is Benjamin Blodgett. But it says current user. That's really stupid. No, you don't. That's not how it works. It should be Benjamin Blodgett. There, now it highlights every message. The problem is whenever I make a change, I have to refresh the cache for you guys. And then sometimes it's confusing. People don't know how to do that, but if I add a message, it should be as user now. That's cool. I guess you could go into your... You could inspect element, and then could you just inspect the JavaScript and like put your name in there? That's stupid. Oh, why is there an error? Digest mismatch. That's not good. Wait, now I'm confused. It went away. I guess there is no digest mismatch. Is it because I added a new message? Oh, I get a like momentarily I get a digest mismatch. I don't know if that'll create errors down the line, but it's probably fine for now. This is so ugly that it just says like Benjamin Blodgett, hi, 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 hi. And then me spamming the chat. Also, did I type this question mark on my own? Yeah. Hack Smarter. Thanks for the raid, Hack Smarter. Hack smarter, not harder. Hack smarter, not harder. It sucks that the chat doesn't work right now, so it's just a bunch of my test messages instead of you guys's. Is hack smarter, not harder? Is that hacking as in like computer science programming? Or is it hacking as in like cybersecurity? I'm working on a chat application and I just got it working. Ironically, the way I got it to work is I got it to Cybersec. A pen tester. Pen testers are on red team. Is that how that works? If you do pen testing? I just took a cybersecurity class. This is my first one. Yep, red team. Yeah, so I do, I had that cybersecurity class, and what we were taught is that some people try to sell pen testing, and then they just run a scan, and they say that they did a pen test. And it's like basically, that's like kind of a scam. You're getting scammed out of like actual, what you should be getting. Yeah, that's really true. You get what you pay for. Pay for a cheap pen test, you get a vulnerability scan. Yeah, okay. It happens, but it's not that at all. True. A vulnerability scan, he stressed that. He's like, a vulnerability scan is not a pen test. Don't pay for that. I feel like this music is too loud. Thanks for the raid though. I hope this is like somewhat relevant to, because if you do cybersecurity stuff and somebody's like writing a bunch of code and stuff, it's like, whoa, what the hell? Just like if I go watch a cybersecurity stream and you guys are pen testing or something, I'm gonna be like, what are you doing? We need a check, I think. In the HTML would be a good idea. Code is still a good plus for pen testing. I think when you do pen testing though, you're usually pen testing a web app. So it is kind of relevant because I'm doing web development right now. But I'm also just kind of, so the ironic part about Hack Smarter is that right now I'm just, I tried to make this chat work by writing my own Go code, and then I realized it wouldn't work, so I just said, you know what, I give up, and I made chat generate all the code for me. And it's actually working. If you want to make it sexier, you craft your own tools. That's surprising to hear that somebody in cybersecurity would say like, oh, I'm going to code my own tools. Because I'm so used to everyone I've met from cybersecurity or people who do networking are like, oh, I hate code. I don't do that. So that's cool though. I'm going to ask chat, can you check for the hash overlay tag? You have to add the .overlay. Yep, my GitHub is Tenebrae, and this is a bunch of random scripts and tooling you've created. I like your like PNG as a profile picture. Cookie stealer. Yes, but we know the importance of code, so we respect it. That's cool. How do you guys feel about this? Is this even a big update? GitHub users are now required to enable two-factor authentication. And then this includes me apparently, but I thought I already enabled it. Maybe not. Having 2FA enabled is always good. Yeah, always good to enable 2FA. I think so. So the other thing I was working on was trying to make WebAuth work for my website. So other than the chat, I have like this big website. And then I got a little sidetracked on trying to make the live chat work. But I have this Learn application. Two-factor for the win. Mustafa says you can install the app on your phone. Which app? GitHub, you mean? Or do you mean 2FA? And then for learn.ben256.com, there's different like pages, so you can like log in. And there's a register page. Yeah, that's right, Mustafa. So for 2FA is when you log in and it asks for like a one-time password. And then I have like resetting your password and stuff. And then I don't know if you guys will find this interesting, but the way I ended up setting up the authentication is so that I think it's broken right now because I was refactoring everything. But basically it stores a session secret in your browser, and the session secret is like an elliptic curve Diffie-Hellman secret. So the server and the client, independent of each other, come up with that secret. And then instead of normally in token-based authentication, I think you just usually send your session secret or the equivalent of that for JSON Web Token. But in this case, I wanted to, instead of exposing the secret, because then you could send it to people on accident, right? Or I guess it would be vulnerable to, what is it, XSRF, cross-site request forgery. I said maybe we could sign our requests with our session secret instead. And then it's still vulnerable to cross-site scripting, but then the question is a matter of like, your website probably shouldn't be vulnerable to that in the first place, right? And I got multi-factor authentication working. It's just, I really hate JavaScript. And so like I can just have ChatGPT generate me a bunch of JavaScript, but it's kind of lame, right? So, and it works if I do that, but I don't understand it, so it's kind of pointless to write it myself. In that case, I should just use OAuth or something. I don't know any of that was relevant to what you guys do, but that was my side project that I want to work on in a bit. And then Mustafa said, yeah, you can install the app on your phone, and whenever you log in, it asks about the one-time password to approve login. Yeah, that's MFA. I don't know how to say your name. N1 said yes. I think it's kind of relevant. So right now, the overlay for the chat, it should be transparent, but it's a big black window. So we need to solve that by telling chat to do our work for us. Let's see if we can vibe code this. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was like, whoa, you wrote Blake 3? Okay, where's this? I'll look at it on my computer, not my laptop. The cookie stealer. It sets up a PHP server for stealing cookies. That's good for pen testing. Because this is the whole question of like it's looking for XSS vulnerabilities. Oh, it is pretty relevant, huh? Alright, chat finished generating this. Drop this at the top of your setup. If window.location.hash is overlay document.body.classlist, add the overlay. Everything else should be the same. I'm gonna add the overlay tag and refresh. Looks like it's working. So let's update it in OBS. There we go, now all the chat messages are transparent. Okay, so what's next here? This chat kind of sucks because for one thing, there's no way to know like who sends the chats. But also I really want YouTube and Twitch chat to proxy into this so that you could see YouTube and Twitch chat through here. But to make it work like through just the website to show like who's who, I think I would have to link. I would have to use like authentication, and I would probably do that if I wanted that up and running quickly. I would probably use OAuth. The alternative is just leave it how it is right now, and then only support Twitch and YouTube chat proxy, and then focus on trying to get the server to pull the YouTube API to grab new messages, and setting up a Twitch chat bot. I'm not sure if I want to work on that today. Another thing is let's add these though, because I like this progress. Okay. But I'm gonna remove the chat directory because I didn't end up using that. I have to get restore staged. Okay, and then get restore staged. Got to get rid of the WebAssembly because that didn't end up working, so I'm not using that. Index, we got our links. I'm gonna get rid of the Dubai because I didn't end up using these TTF files. Alright, let's run git status again. Let's get, I guess we can leave wasm exec. So I might want to use WebAssembly in the future. And then the index and the links, that can stay the same. Or we don't have to get rid of it. We can add it. So now we got everything added, hopefully. I guess I have to add this like get add express index. Okay, that works. So the question is what to work on next. So I have this giant index that I commented out. I commented out all the chat stuff. We're not going to use this because I made a different app for it. We can get rid of that. I don't know why I put test resource here. Buildman said, I'm back. I was arguing with my family about which Chris is the Hey Meta ad. Oh, which Chris is in the Hey Meta ad. What are you talking about? Is that like a cringy ad? Oh, that's Chris. Oh, it says right here. It's Chris Hemsworth. Did they say that was Chris Pratt? You're about to start a new project? More like working on same projects I've already started, I guess. It's both Chris's. Oh yeah, he's right there. I'm not used to seeing him looking like this. I thought Zuckerberg was gonna be in this for some reason. I don't know if I'll start a new project. Here's what I'm thinking of is oh, so is this the right file? Oh, I didn't want to look at this. I wanted to different web app. So Learn is the one where I did all the web authentication and stuff. You have public, the login. There's a bunch of stuff to work on. So for the server, there's all this MFA stuff. And I would really like to write all of this in Go, not gonna lie. And also, I think if I'm gonna do WebAuth, I should have a holistic view of how the WebAuth is gonna work. So like, when you sign up, we send the verification email, and what do you get redirected to? Do you get redirected to a page that says check your email or what? Like, I should find a way to prototype this without having to write a bunch of JavaScript. So maybe a way to do that would be to write a console app and then just using curl. Making sure every method works one by one. I would like to write more Go code. The other thing is I have all this code here, but I think some of it doesn't work. And the biggest issue is I just don't understand a lot of it. I had to write this for my web dev final. So a lot of it is just hastily generated by ChatGPT. If any of the web guys, or if any of the pen testing guys are still here, we have Argon 2 for hashing. we have sessions and we store them in memory in a Redis database. And then I don't know if it's crypto. Where do I use HMAC somewhere. I'm not sure where I do it though. .create. So it's part of the crypto library. I do HMAC. I don't see the point of using the HMAC library though necessarily. Is it because it's timestamp stuff? Because I could always grab the inputs or the contents of the message and then hash it myself and then append the secret and then hash that, or do, you know, I don't think I need to use this library necessarily. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So first is rewriting everything in, I could make this like a Pent 56. Stream to do.md. Number 1, rewrite auth backend in Go. Number 2, we need to rewrite eventually the chat server. To use blocks, or kind of like blockchain. Blocks, Redis, and MongoDB. Another part of that is rewriting the chat server to let's see, blocks, Redis, MongoDB. Oh yeah, to proxy YouTube, using YouTube API. Then we have rewriting it to proxy Twitch, using a Twitch bot. And the next thing would be, I think there's something else relating to this chat server. There's a lot of checkoffs for the chat server. Rewrite chat server to track timestamps. Wow, there's a lot to do for the chat server. Okay. What else? Oh, that's right. We have to use WebSockets. Maybe? I'm not sure if I should use WebSockets because we did this keep alive thing. So I'm gonna ask chat this. I like the keep alive idea. Does that cut back on the amount of requests? Does that have a positive impact on performance? If so, what is the impact? Also, what would, or how would implementing the server backend to use WebSockets differ in terms of performance? So chat said, keep alive doesn't change how many requests are sent. You're still polling. Yeah, that's what I thought, maybe. Eliminates the handshake, so that's nice. We reuse the connection, so that's good, but that's what WebSocket also does. The latency, yeah, it's a little better, but so yeah, I think that WebSockets are probably superior. Okay, so let's add that. Rewrite the chat server to use WebSockets. Can't spell. Write and go. Okay. Does that work? Not like I thought it would. Okay, hold on. Just go like this. This dirty solution here. I guess I want double. There we go. Alright, next. So it's a bunch of stuff about rewriting the chat server, basically. So the first one is using blocks. The reason we want to use blocks is because right now we have a giant linked list, and we want constant time lookup, and we could achieve that with blocks. And then if we have blocks, we can write them to the disk by compressing them. And then maybe instead of updating a chat at the time, we update a block at the time. Maybe that's how it would work. Because right now we have this weird diff system, and it works, but maybe that's slower than it could be. You think it's funny that I use ChatGPT and Vim? Yeah, because Vim Or at least you can set up Vim to have ChatGPT integration, but I'm too lazy to do that. Also, using ChatGPT is the most like caveman method to use AI. Plus, like using Vim is like it's still a caveman method, but it seems like more sophisticated than someone using chat. You'd think I would use Gemini or something weird. Let's go like this. Just simplify this. So, also the YouTube API. I've already done that, so it wouldn't be as hard. Next, the Twitch bot. All this would be, oh, excuse me. All of these are server side. And then we have timestamps. The timestamp of the message would be when the server received it. So I don't know if that's super helpful, but next, using WebSockets, that would be really important to reduce the amount of queries. Mustafa said, I think Vim for pro stuff and ChatGPT is simple coding. For pro stuff and GPT is simple coding. Yeah, I guess it's like it's not very sophisticated, huh? You can see my usage graph today is like arguably a little less than yesterday, but I streamed for longer yesterday. Most of the bytes sent are probably because I'm restreaming. So the impact of like the chat is probably not super important. It's probably negligible. And then this spike here is my chat used to send way more requests and then I lowered it. But it doesn't seem substantial. The network is similar. So it didn't end up mattering that much. And then this is bytes sent. You said, what is this? This is my VPS. So these are like this is the server that the chat runs on and the server that I stream from. Or I restream from this. So I'm just looking at the usage right now. And it looks like it didn't really matter. We changed the polling rate of the chats. Yeah, the server panel. We changed the polling rate from... It used to be every 30 milliseconds. So now it's every second, I believe. But it didn't really change it. Because the vast majority of like the workload is just restreaming. There's this dip though, and it makes me think that the chat went down or something, but I'm not sure. Also, I'm curious. Why is there... I'm pretty sure I stopped streaming earlier, but I don't really see a dip in this. Yeah, it's a Debian Linux server on the cloud, like in Seattle somewhere. So WebSockets could be good. Rewriting the auth backend and Go. Another thing is planning out the auth. Planning. Or just redesigning, I guess. Because I need to think about like when you make a new account. Oh, you said, is it run on Debian Linux? Yeah, it is. I need to think about when you make a new account, you get like a device, you create a new device, and then when you create a second device, should it prompt you to set up MFA? How do you prompt someone to set up MFA? At some point, do you disable their account access if they don't enable MFA? What if like they lose their MFA? That's kind of stuff that I have to think about, probably off stream, honestly. Because if I do it on stream, I won't, like, it'll be hard to think. And then also when you sign up for an account, you get sent a verification email. It needs to tell you like, hey, check your email. There's also things like, oh, what if you use the wrong email, or what if you try to reset your password and then you need to resend that email link. Things like that. Like I need to rate limit those, and I need to plan all of that out. Be better to write that in Go, not JavaScript, because then I could understand it a lot better. I'm gonna plan this off stream. The chat server, there's a lot of stuff I want to add to the chat server as well, like either let's do OAuth slash Ben256 authent. We'll just call it auth. So I either need to use OAuth and you link your Twitch account to the chat, or your YouTube account, or whatever, or I need to use my own authentication solution. But that could be frustrating if you just want to type some chats into my chat client. Next thing would be for the chat server, SVG emotes. Even before that, I think I want to get, what do you call it? So SVG emotes would be nice so that I can have custom emotes show up. And then I also need to like replace the text with HTML like markup of chats. Markdown, basically. I want you to be able to bold stuff or use italics or whatever. I'll just call it markup. Anything else? For one thing, after I implement the authentication and it works, actually, we want to make the Learn app. So the idea with the Learn app is it's a way for me to have a, what do you call it? An ebook. So this is an e-textbook. I need to write articles for that. So let's do one for the articles. And then another one I need to do is Learn app, the spaced repetition system. The spaced repetition system is basically a way where like you have a bunch of flashcards and then you run the spaced repetition system and it figures out which ones you should review on which days. So like when you're about to forget something, it has you review it basically, and tries to do it in a really efficient way so that you're reviewing your flashcards as little frequently as possible. And we use FSRS for that, which I think that'll be really easy actually. Next is for the Learn app. I need to do Stripe integration because people have to pay me. Next, we have my YouTube channel. So maybe a video chat video, like making a video on the chat would be a good thing maybe. I had an idea for, so like right now I'm using Markdown And I can convert this really easily to HTML. Panic dash out to now let's do public. That's right. And let me put in the stream to do. We do standalone. And we can go review this now. So like, this is an example of like how I convert Markdown to HTML. And I've been doing this all year. I have not used Google Docs. I haven't used LaTeX. I haven't used Google Word. I haven't used any of that like a single time. I've been writing everything in Markdown. So I would be interested to make a video on that. So I'd call it like a Pandoc video. Another thing would be making another procedural animation video, so because those are really popular on my channel. And then the chat video would be advertising the stream. The Pandoc video would advertise the Learn app. And the procedural animation would also advertise the Learn app. I have this one only for textbook articles, but there's a lot of articles I want to write. So like another one could be, instead of procedural animation, we got, what do we have? We got Pandoc, procedural animation. Oh, beginner coding. So I would say like these YouTube ones, like what is the priority is the question, right? So the chat server, the nice thing with the chat server project is I can get all this done pretty soon, like pretty quickly. And I'm having a lot of fun doing this. The auth stuff isn't as fun. Maybe it's something I'd want to do off stream. Definitely the design would be off stream. The APIs, these might also be off stream. WebSockets, is that fun? Like, there's a lot of it doesn't seem interesting, but definitely for sure, like the e-textbook stuff, I would do off stream. Although I could just like turn on stream and like write an article, but I don't know if that's interesting. Stripe integration, that's off stream. And then all the videos, I could edit videos on stream, but again, is that interesting? But I guess these are my stream to-dos for now. So I'll save these. And yeah. I think that's going to be it for this stream. And then you said, Mufasa said, do you have these things in the grad year? Like, you mean next semester? Or you mean these are projects for like my senior project? These are just summer things that I would do over the summer. They're not really, I can't get credit for them in school or anything. My hope this summer, no, the research paper thing. I see what you're saying. No, not really. Because for our senior project, they always have a company come in and then they choose like what we do. But generally, like I'm like so independent about what I work on. So I have so many ideas on what I want to do, and then they're not going to line up with what a company wants. Especially like a lot of what I want to do this summer is I don't have a job. So I'm hoping to pull in like a little more revenue from the YouTube channel and maybe set up a website that has like a subscription model, because it'd be nice to have money. But yeah, today is Thursday, and I've been streaming a lot. I would like to do more work off stream. So here's the deal. In 3 days, I'll stream again. I'll stream on Sundays, I think. And I think that might be like my new schedule, is streaming on Sundays. Because I streamed a lot this week, but it's because I didn't stream at all for like a year. And it's really easy to stream, but at the same time, it's not the most productive thing. If I want to get a lot of work done and I end up streaming, it's kind of hard to focus on the work. And then it might change in the future, but I'm not like one for streaming very often. So I might try to stream max 3 days a week. And then, so I think next on Sunday I'll stream. I don't know what time that'll be. And then next week my summer class starts, and I also have a trip to Mexico. So there's not going to be any streams next week. But yeah, I appreciate whoever's here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Mustafa. If Buildman's still here, thanks for coming. Thanks for all the raiders. And yeah. See you, Mustafa.